Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, I have shown you some of the basic file structure of the Django, right? So now in this video, I want to discuss about how Django actually work. So right now, if you want to, it's very much important, one of the things you have to know about it. Like if you already work with the PHP, if you already work with the Laravel, so they have some of the file structure. In PHP or the Laravel, actually that use one of the file structure that called the MVC pattern, right? That means the model, view and the controller pattern. But Django actually use another structure pattern, that is the MVT. Okay, so I show you, like here, I open one of the file. So it's actually use one of the another architectural pattern as a MVT. So that is the MVT, not the MVC. Okay, so they have the another file structure pattern, that is a MVC. So it means for the M for the model, better I just a little bit bigger size. So that is M for the model, V for the view and C for the controller. And same as the Django, so that is M for the model, V for the view and T for the template. So that is actually the file structure of the Django. Like I show you, like first of all M for the model, okay, and then the view, and then another one as a template. So that is one of the template. So that is actually their pattern. So model, view and then template. So what exactly the model? Model is used for related everything which is related with the database. So that is all that our model. Okay, that means the related everything with database. So database related everything actually managed by this model, and then the view, and then another one is a template. Template is for the actually which actually you view. Okay, that means which page you view or the show. Like if you go to easylearning.com, bd.com, and here you can see that is one of the page. So that is one of the page, right? So here they have the page, and here is showing some of the text. And if you go to that our be in touch, so into the be in touch, here you can see that's showing some of the text, some of the picture. So that is our template. Okay, so that is actually one of the template. And that is if they have any database related issues, like here if you go to that our all courses and into the all courses area, so this part, that means this part actually comes from the database. That means I have another backend, and with this backend I actually uploaded that part. Okay, so that is one of the headline, and there is some of the short description, and also they have some of the headline, and there is some of the short description. So this actually comes from our database. So that is actually the database related everything actually managed by this our this part. That means it's managed by our this model. Okay, that means the database related everything actually managed by this model. And view is means actually he control our this model to then the template. Okay, that means it's actually like as a controller. So it's not that controller, but you can predict that things as a controller. So it's managed that every data, it's managed our this data from our database and display that things on here. It's managed all the data from our database, and it's getting all the data from the database and display that things on here, right? So that is actually managed by this view. So in Django, that is actually the view. So you can manage, you can write down as a all logic. Okay, all logical work you can say. Okay, so that is like as a one of the controller. So like as a controller. So all that logical happened, like is perfectly getting our database into, and is getting the data from to the database and display that data in our template page area, right? Is display that things on here. So this procedure actually managed by this view. So for the reasons here, I just simply turn it as a all logical work actually completed by our this view in our MVT pattern. But into the MVC pattern, what exactly it should be do? Into the MVC pattern, if you like, I just make as a model and then view, and then there is a controller. Oh, that is actually the controller. So if you actually compare both of these, so the model will be the just like that same. model will be just like the same, as it will be as a related everything with the database. And then actually the view, and view means actually that is actually the controller work, okay, who all that logical functional seen to the MVC pattern, all that logical functional actually completed by these controllers, but in MVT actually it's completed by our this view. Okay, and that is our template work. So into the template, so that means which page you actually view. So this page view in our MVC pattern, that is our view. Okay friend, I hope you get some of the basic idea what exactly the difference between the MVC and the MVT. So right now that is our structure MVT. So right now we don't need this. I hope if you already know about it little bit, that MVC pattern. So that is actually our MVC pattern. If you compare it, it will be just like that. Okay, so model will be the same, which is related with the database related all the tissues, and view is in our MVC, that is actually display all the page. That means that is actually our all the template. So if you compare it, so that is all that our template, right? So that is all that our static data. So that is all that is static data. They have no connection with the database. So for the reasons, that is actually our all the template. And if you go to our all course, into the all course area, so that's all the data actually comes from one of the database. That means one of the SQL database. It's get all the data from the database and display that things on here. And also is get all the data from our database, and that is picture is also comes from to the database. So this when actually is related with the database, everything actually managed by this view, like as a controller. It's actually apply all that logical work, is perfectly send some of the request to the model, that means our database. So through this model is pass that request and get that request and display this data in our this template page. That means here it's actually visible, right? So this procedure actually completed by our this view. So that is actually the view. I hope it's very much clear to you friend. So that is our MVT pattern. So we have to actually flow our simply this step, right friends? So just take some of the little idea. So laterly when you will actually work with it, when you work with the model, when you work with the view, when you will work for the with the template, then everything will be more clear to you. So in our next video, I want to discuss about that view, and also I will discuss about that URLs. How can working with these URLs, how can show some of the data with using that view. In our next video, I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.